Hello and welcome to Let's Reduce Your Spanglish, a course on how to speak better and more natural English. Part 2. What is Spanglish? Well, for the purpose of this course, Spanglish is bad or lazy English, spoken by Spanish speakers who speak English as a second language. For example, look at this phrase here. Now, I'm not going to say it because I don't want you to hear me speaking Spanglish. Another Spanish person who speaks English will probably understand this, but somebody from Germany, Britain or China will not understand it very well. Oh, by the way, the correct sentence was, Fernando Alonso is my favourite Formula One driver. Now, how can we learn to speak better English? Here are some basic principles. Structure, simplicity, don't use Spanish, describe what you can't say. English is very strict. Every sentence must have the same basic structure. When you start work, or is difficult the exam, are horrible sentences. For questions, remember this formula. Q, A, S, V, O, etc. That's question word. Auxiliary, subject, verb, object, etc. Here are some examples. Where did you put the photocopies? What time does the train for London depart? Are they coming to the paintball game? Okay, let's continue looking at this structure. The question word, the auxiliary, the subject, the verb, the object, etc. Okay, look at the first sentence. Where did you put the photocopies? What is the question word here? The question word is where. Did is the auxiliary for the past simple. You is the subject. Put is the verb. And the object is the photocopies. Where did you put the photocopies? Look at the next phrase. What time does the train for London depart? The question word here is what time. Does is the auxiliary because this is third person in the present simple. Does. The train for London is the subject. And the verb is depart. There's no object. What time does the train for London depart? Okay, and the third sentence. Are they coming to the paintball game? Here there's no question word. The auxiliary, okay, this is a present continuous phrase, so are functions as the auxiliary, the subject is they, coming to is the verb structure, and the object is the paintball game. Are they coming to the paintball game? Okay, stop the video and look at those phrases. Look at the structure of those phrases. Okay, let's continue. Maybe this will help you visualize the structure of a question in English. Question word, auxiliary, subject, verb, object, etc. Look at these sentences in the simple form. What do you do at the weekend? What did you do last weekend? Will you do anything next weekend? It's only necessary to change the auxiliary and the time reference to change the sentence completely. Okay, English is not easy, but the structure is simple. Only change the auxiliary and you can change the sentence completely. Look at the next two sentences in the continuous form. Is she working today? Was he working yesterday? Again, you change the auxiliary, you change the tense of the verb. Simple. Look at the last three sentences and notice that the subject and the verb structure are in exactly the same place. They don't change. Only the auxiliary changes. How long has he lived in Madrid? Would you like a drink? Where can I put my coat? Stop the video and look at all of those sentences. Look at the structure, the auxiliary, the subject, and the verb. Don't forget, you can always stop this video and go back and look at it again to make sure that you understand everything we have practiced here. Okay, now the verb to be is different and more simple. Look at these examples. Brian is tall. Is Brian tall? Yesterday was hot. Was yesterday hot? The conference will be next July. Will the conference be next July? Okay, let's practice. Translate these Spanish sentences into English. What do you think? Auxiliary, subject, verb. What time do you start work? Next sentence. Auxiliary, past, future. This is the past. What did you do with that document? Next sentence. This is the future. Will is the future. Will it rain tomorrow? Okay, next sentence. There's no auxiliary needed in this phrase. Was it difficult? Next one. This is present perfect. The auxiliary is have. So, have you been there before? And the last phrase. Okay, are you ready? We need would. Would you like to have a coffee? Excellent. Well done. That's the end of Let's Reduce Your Spanglish Part 2. What have we learnt and practiced today? Well, questions in English need a basic structure. The question word, auxiliary, subject, verb, object, etc. formula can help you. Don't forget to repeat this video to practice and practice. Must you remember this? Yes, of course. Okay, in part 3 we will look at some typical errors made by Spanish speakers when they speak English. Bye for now.